Good Red Kingdom Friday, and it's the last live morning edition, which means football is upon us. Join us as we discuss the wide receiver room injuries, Xavier Worthy's health status, and Travis and Taylor's possible moves next year. All that next on Gridiron Gambit.
Welcome, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for tuning in to this Red Kingdom media production, bringing you raw, authentic Chiefs coverage. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on your team. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Offseason. Let's work.
Hey, welcome into this Red Kingdom Friday edition of Gridiron Gambit. And this is the last morning installment of the lives that we have for you of the show. And in particular, not like disappointing or sad, but this is the last Clinton/Jordan episode for your Friday. So obviously we'll have a lot more content here when we get into the regular season, and we'll have some other announcements and stuff like that. And the two of us in particular will have some stuff to drop for you guys next week in the absence of a Red Kingdom Friday morning live that you guys have kind of grown accustomed to. But the Hall of Fame game was last night as we're recording this. It's officially August, which means the Chiefs are officially on a calendar for getting on the field, seeing a red uniform. I kind of joked in our Slack, who's kind of already done with the Hall of Fame game, and nobody responded, which nobody really cared that at the beginning. But it means that it is officially here. So it's time to take it a little more seriously. We had the off season, we got all the speculative talk, but now it's time to get down to business for sure. But Jordan, let the people know how you're doing this fine morning.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I hope everybody's happy because football is finally back. We got the first game over with, as we seen last night, as a BTA Delta, was upon us yesterday with the Chargers beating the Lions 34-7. But we know what we're waiting for. We're waiting for some Chiefs football. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are too.
I know I'm excited. I'm ready to get a new sense of what the Chiefs' identity for this year is going to be. We hope that the identity is a little closer to 2018 in terms of our offense, and the defense stays about as current as they have been. But depending on the fan base that you're following, either the Chiefs are in a dire strait and they're going to get absolutely humbled this season, or anybody that was denying the Chiefs having the staying power they do, and choosing any other team other than the ones that have already won the Super Bowl to kind of dethrone us. But that's no here nor there. We're here to talk some good Chiefs talk about the Chiefs team, and let's go ahead and officially jump into our first topic, which is the wide receiving ain't easy, especially if you're a Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver. Not just in terms of injuries, but just because you're asked to do a lot of stuff, and right now you're doing a lot of things out there in the hot St. Joe sun. Like 120 humidity, feeling like a swamp. How everybody isn't passing out and puking is beyond me. Better men than I. But the Kansas City Chiefs are officially at the start of August, and they're dealing with some kind of major injury concerns at wide receiver. Nothing permanent, but Xavier Worthy, as of yesterday, was in concussion protocol, but he's returning in pads today, so we'll see how he does in practice. And Skyy Moore is dealing with a hamstring, and Hollywood Brown was limited before with an ankle injury, and I'm not sure what his status is for today's practice. I haven't been up to date on that. So in response, we saw the Chiefs had signed Kwamie Lassiter for some emergency depth, a former XFL guy. So while some younger guys like Nikko Remigio are also pushing for reps and what we believe will be kind of always like staying on the team for sure, just for his special teams prowess. So with Rashee Rice's suspension looming, the wide receiver room looks thin and kind of uncertain heading into the preseason. Do you think the Chiefs should explore another veteran free agent wide receiver or just trust the current young core to kind of hold down the fort at least until September 5th?
Right now it's a mix up, a toss up. It really anything can happen because I'll go with the young core right now just to so they could get a good feel on how things go. Because right now we got a lot of options, a lot of it, and just wouldn't mind seeing Remigio. Of course, Royals is gonna get some good looks and good reps. We still got Juju with the veteran, as he's still out there doing his thing. We've seen a couple highlights of him get some good reps and good catches. But right now, as I see it, I don't mind seeing the young core doing their thing at all. It's not a bad thing at all. Eventually, we will see another veteran. Maybe not, but at the same time, we still got so many options. And it's just about the availability.
Dre's wanting Scary Terry right now. I know that report was coming out
Hey,
recently. That would take a lot more than what I
a
think the
lot.
Chiefs could be willing to offer. But hey, Dre, if Jawan Taylor's sitting on the table and Washington actually wants him, I wouldn't mind doing business. But Jordan, you were saying about the young core.
Yeah, the young core. We got so many options. Yes, it will be good to see another veteran on the squad, like another D Hop. Having Scary Terry would be literally scary. No pun intended. But I'm like, we got so many options. So and also Skyy Moore might see some reps because, like I said, he's been on the hot seat for a minute. But
Right.
we'll see how things go. Right now, it's a toss up. Definitely due to injuries, but I was in a little minor injuries, nothing too crazy. But right now. I don't see us being under pressure as we was last year.
So Dre thinks we're an injury or two away from looking like last year, and I think with Rashee Rice, I already mentioned, the Chiefs are going to have to take an extra wide receiver on their roster than they probably would want to. And I think Nate Taylor was mentioning that may come at the detriment to the tight ends in recent years. We had been clamoring, hey, 3 or 4 tight ends, give Travis Kelce a breather at times and let somebody else spell the same role because they all can do kind of the same type of role, just not as well as Travis Kelce, but just the element of surprise and never know who's going to block and go out for receptions and stuff. But the Chiefs are going to have to bring more wide receivers on their roster than they would like to, and I think they would still like to have the philosophy of playing, the main 5 wide receivers at a time. I think the main core that they like, and then having a couple backups or to spell Rashee Rice, or if Xavier Worthy or Hollywood Brown are dealing with a particular injury that week. Out of the list of names, Xavier Worthy will get his own segment here kind of later for a different topic in a different way. But in the same category, Hollywood Brown's the one that gives me a little bit more of a concern because he didn't even make it into the regular season last year, and we really never got a taste, and we were kind of hyped to see what he's got in store this season, and kind of to flash an injury right away, and it kind of tampers my expectations and the excitement for him. I'm hoping that, this is just summer football, at a time when, it's just a pain to run out there and everything hurts and everything swells up and, those type of injuries. But, if it's a leg or if a shoulder, something of that nature, it could be, a major concern. I don't think the Chiefs would kind of overreact and hope to get a Scary Terry. But, I mean, if Brett Veach said, this year be damned, we are going to the Super Bowl and we're going to win it, getting Scary Terry, that would be one way. I threw Kwamie Lassiter's name out there. I don't really have expectations for that. I think you got to be a vested NFL veteran wide receiver for Andy Reid to put you on the field much. Even we hyped up Nikko Remigio as a weapon and in the special teams, but I mean, I don't think we really have any expectations for the Chiefs allowing him to really do anything on offense. But he'll be a name that takes up a spot, whether or not he's one of the 7 that is a starter or is a practice squad guy that comes in to, make those plays at times when needed. And then what can we really say about Skyy Moore? I know, Dre, you're hyped on him, but like, I'm sorry, other than the Super Bowl catch, when that was a pitch and catch, I think all of us at Red Kingdom Media could have tried to run that route, put us out there. It's like, who the hell is that guy? I've never heard this guy in my life. Oh, just run the route and get it. But I mean, do we really think Skyy Moore's? I mean, maybe if this is his contract year, hey, this is the last time the Chiefs will really give you a shot, and now it's up to Skyy Moore to prove himself. I mean, if you say that, maybe you could get a little bit excited. But I mean, he got injured last year also, and then had to get shut down the rest of the season. So, I think the Chiefs could probably look for a wide receiver. I'd have to, bring up a name, but I think the point of the off season now into the season starting, where you can trade for a guy, is kind of out the window at this point. So whoever you're bringing in is probably a little on the older side of receivers. So it'd have to be a particular role, and it'd have to be almost like a Juju Smith-Schuster type of leadership role, being the veteran of the group and kind of instilling knowledge and less so about what you're contributing on the field. But if the Chiefs are dealing with the same type of injury concerns in September and October as the reports are coming out here in August, they're going to need somebody to come on and contribute. And that's not necessarily the easiest thing to find on the free agent market nowadays, with the season looming and just having the first preseason game officially take place yesterday as a recording. So, and at times there will be a mass exodus of players, as we know, when the 53-man rosters get finalized. So if the Chiefs don't see a free agent wide receiver they like, they may have a short list of some other players that would be some releases on other teams that they would maybe want to swoop up themselves, is my possible suggestion. We know Brett Veach is always finding diamonds in the rough type. He wants to find value wherever it can be found. So,
definitely.
If the Chiefs are going to bring in a wide receiver, that's probably the route they go, and it's not necessarily an exciting one. And don't forget, I think a couple years ago is when they traded Smith Marset away for a 7th round pick. Yeah. So they also may feel like, oh, we have one too many at wide receiver or some other position that says, hey, let's throw this player to this team that we know wants them and try to get some value before we just release him outright, trying to get some kind of extra wherever you can get it from. That's kind of Brett Veach's specialty also.
Hey, it's like I say, it's a toss up right now. I mean, injuries have been hitting us for the last few years. So I think right now I wouldn't shoot myself in the foot as using that as a term. Like, hey, we need to try to get hurry up and get another extra wide receiver. But right now, everybody's going through that injury bug at training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God nothing is super major. Everything is pretty much minor. We'll see how the status is on Hollywood Brown, see how things go. Because you already know we go be on the breaking news every day from us to any other team. But right now, I don't see nothing as a problem. Yes, if we have a big major injury in the wide receiver group, which I don't pray for that at all, and for anybody else, yes, we should start looking for somebody for free agency, in which right now we really ain't seeing much for free agency.
Right.
But as days and days go by, you never know who's just go pop up out of nowhere.
True. And I'm ignorant, if you will, because last week he had his whole topic all to himself, but Tyquan Thornton is technically on the team right now too. Mm-hmm. And reports are coming out that he and Mahomes are connecting a lot, and just had something come out earlier today, throwing for Mahomes to Thornton. So, he may be a name to watch just because the body's type to fall, and he could be lucky in just being in that spot. So, I did not think of him earlier, not because he forgot he was on the team, right. Just all these kind of guys that are ideally wide receivers 5 through 8 are not necessarily guys that you're in love with, not ones that you expect to do a bunch on the team. So, I think that's where my expectations are. But, if the Chiefs are excited about him, then that might raise him up the depth chart a little bit, and he may get more chances with the ones and more chances in preseason to prove why he could be one of those like 4 or 5 wide receivers that the Chiefs will rotate in at times. Mm-hmm. And Dre, I did see your comment. You want Taylor and Pacheco sent for Scary Terry. Wow. It wouldn't be. We'd miss Pacheco for sure, but for sure, Juwan Taylor trade. At this point, Jalen Moore is working as the top right tackle at this point. So I don't know if that's still more of an injury concern about Juwan Taylor and easing him in, but the Chiefs are also still throwing Jalen Moore at right tackle still as much. Mm-hmm. And you would say if just like the Josh Simmons debate, if Josh Simmons is your left tackle, don't remove him from that spot. If Juwan Taylor is your right tackle, why would you remove him from that spot? So I think the Jalen Moore topic is just the fact that the Chiefs have a guy that they're paying money to, and they're willing to put him wherever he will be needed. The Chiefs will find the weak link and said, okay, Jalen Moore, you will take that spot and see if you become the weak link because of that. But at this point, we think you're one of our 5 best offensive linemen, and we just need to figure out the spot that you would help us the most because these certain guys work best in these specific spots. Mm-hmm. Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen are available. Amari Cooper, maybe. Keenan Allen, I think, is too injury and too old at this point for me to really be excited by that point. If you had said Keenan Allen of 5 years ago, maybe that could have been a good combination, especially with the emphasis on speedy, short route wide receivers. But I really hope the Chiefs are in a place now where they want to kind of look to throw the ball deep and have some kind of deeper threat speed options Worthy, obviously, Hollywood Brown, if he can stay healthy. Thornton, I just mentioned earlier, is a guy who's really speedy. So, maybe the Chiefs will look to kind of test the ball further down the field. And, they need some more players that can kind of spell that out and maybe allow Xavier Worthy to play the Tyreek Hill short route and have somebody else that can just kind of run the gassers up the sidelines over and over again to wear out the cornerbacks and stuff. So, but yeah, it's going to be a challenge. Obviously, it's going to be the offensive playmakers during these training camps that you feel like, and the secondary that has to defend them. I feel that you're going to see the most injury reports out of, just because they're the ones running around in the heat so much, no matter what. It's just not fun. And pads just came out, I think less than a week ago. So, getting acclimated back into football, it's tough. The injuries are going to happen early and often, and that's kind of what you hope for, kind of build up that callus, if you will. And then once the actual contact against other players, a team not of your own uniform, your body can be ready and your mental can be ready for the grind ahead. But wide receiving ain't easy, that is for sure, especially out in St. Joe. It's hot, it's humid. All the reports are like, oh, how did Mahomes look throwing to you? And all the tweets and gifs that come out about that. So, and the Rashee Rice getting attention and waiting to see what his suspension is or for how long. Overall, we're just hoping to see some sparks from the wide receivers. And if they got to shuffle through 10 guys, they'll do it. But I think the offensive line is in a better position this year where they could have some injuries occur in the wide receiver room and bring in some guys or bring up a player from practice squad level and not necessarily skip a beat, but we'll still be able to get the job done and assess what we have again.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts you got about that?
It's right. Like I said, right now, we just having minor injuries. They just got to deal with this heat that's going on right now. For this week's training camp, we got some great weather. So we don't have injuries, but it will be hot next week. That heat will be back up. So right now, hey, just keep doing y'all thing. Everybody, just stay hydrated out there.
All right. We lost you there. And you were getting a little robotic there before, but it's all right. Weather's going to be a little better. It's not going to be as hot. Stay hydrated. Get your puking done early. We get the gist. So let's go ahead and give your internet an extra minute of rest. And before we move on,
make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like or comment so we can reply and interact with you and make you a part of the show. If you listen to us on Spotify, please rate us 5 stars so we can increase our reach in the playlist. Follow us and all our contributors on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. If you'd like to come on and talk Chiefs, message us so we can potentially set that up. Do you enjoy written content? Subscribe to our Substack. We have both a free and a $5 a month subscription and post on there frequently. And if you have any interest in being a contributor on the writing staff, feel free to reach out and we'll be in touch. It would help support the brand if you would purchase our merch, like the shirt that I'm wearing currently. Set up an order for one of these or 2 or 3, and this will allow us to expand our inventory options. Thanks for being a part of this channel, and if there's any partner that's listening to this interested in sponsoring the show or any other content that we produce, please reach out. Now, back to the show.
And now moving on to the next topic, we've got return of the risk. So rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy dazzled in last year's Super Bowl and was expected to step into a bigger role in this offense. But recent concussion concerns have some questioning whether it's wise to expand his role even further. Andy Reid has hinted at using Worthy as a punt returner, citing his elite speed and vision as a game changer for special teams. Still, with injuries already in play, the move could expose him to more hits and potential long-term wear and tear. Is it smart for the Chiefs to use Xavier Worthy as a returner, or should they prioritize preserving his health on offense?
I like where he's at right now. Just keep him at offense. Because, like I said before, we got so many options for the wide receiver core and also special teams. I mean, we wouldn't mind seeing Xavier Worthy at kick return using his speed. But at the same time, we see some plays out there on offense using, or even last season too, seeing Worthy at running back using his speed, using the pitch, and also I've seen another example during training camp, seeing Rice at running back. I mean, we got so many options, but right now, as I see it, might as well just keep him on the offense because we gonna use this demon speed out there. But you never know what Andy Reid got stashed up in his sleeve right now.
You're not wrong about that. We don't know about all the post-it notes and napkins that got written on in plays that was imagined. When Rashee Rice was here, Xavier Worthy expanded when Jalen Royals takes spot. Oh, yeah, all those things. Yeah, I think Xavier Worthy is the type of player you want to conceal for your offense only, but that doesn't mean that the Chiefs will not still put him in special team situations when they need to make an impact of some kind. I mean, Tyreek Hill was not on the punt return team every single play for every single game. But in those moments, in the big games, he got put back, and then the crowd would chant his name, and then either something would happen, or at least the opposing teams would kick it away and do something a little less dangerous than get the ball to him. So Xavier Worthy could be the ultimate special teams decoy in that way, especially if he actually gets an opportunity or two and gets the ball with his speed in open field, and kind of that track speed checks out, and the elusiveness and the breakaway speed and the break tackle if necessary to get all the way to the end zone. If those things start to appear, then I think you definitely see him kind of get pulled away and only for that offense. But I'm not opposed to letting Worthy kind of get a shot at that and letting it see if that is a potential danger for the NFL to have to experience is Xavier Worthy also on special teams. It's one thing if you hold the Chiefs offense for 3 downs and make him punt, but if you have to punt back, then you have Xavier Worthy to work with again. But if he has the same type of injuries that are happening early here in camp, happen during the season, and you risk having to lose him for a game or longer, then I think Chiefs would be unwise to use those potential endangering points with him on the on special team snaps. So Xavier Worthy is your first round pick last year that you want to use, and he's got lots of speed. So I think Andy Reid is most likely going to want to use him on offense in whatever speed way, whether that's a decoy like at times Tyreek Hill was, or whether he gets to break open the ball, go over the top deep, or if he's just a decoy on a fake screen or something. Andy Reid will come up with something and use that speed against opposing defenses. And that's what Andy Reid's good at, except for he's fast and he's reliable at catching the ball. That's what he's good at. So this offense needs reliability, and hopefully Xavier Worthy can be one of those mainstays on offense, because in the last couple of years, that's basically been the gripes of the Chiefs offense, is just players in and out, injury, or just demotion of some kind. Mm-hmm. So if Xavier Worthy, if he can step up and kind of be the player that he flashed in the Super Bowl, that could leave the Chiefs in a pretty good spot, even if they're dealing with a bunch of different injuries and next man up stuff and who's going to do what and when. But if Xavier Worthy, if he could show himself as a steady at a wide receiver, come in for some stray special team snaps at times when the game matters most. But obviously, we both think that offense is where Xavier Worthy's impact is most needed and felt.
Because I was about to say, we wouldn't mind seeing Xavier Worthy as a punt returner or a kick returner. Because, we did the same thing with Tyreek Hill. He made some key plays as a kick returner and a punt returner. We also done it with Kadarius Toney. Surprisingly, I'm bringing that name up. he ended up getting the biggest punt return in Super Bowl history. Like there's been times we've used one of our, in a way with Kadarius Toney, one of our key wide receivers to go make that big play on punt return. Like you never know. You just Xavier Worthy will be that speed demon. Maybe he could bust a couple moves like Dante Hall back in the day. We never know. But I don't mind that option being tossed up in the air.
And Dale, when we started the wide receiver segment, we mentioned that he was back. So hopefully that takes away kind of some of the injury concerns. But it's hot. It's August. Their bodies aren't meant to be tackling each other in the heat yet. You gotta wait till it's cold outside to hit each other really hard. So,
and even with a funny video that I just seen with the Chiefs training camp, Kareem Hunt, he's like, I've never been this hot before, this sweaty. He was like, I've never sweated in these certain spots. Like, it's hot out there. He's like, I've never known myself to need to put water on my legs because it's that hot. It's August, y'all. It's gonna be like that.
I loved those photos or that social media videos out from the Chiefs, because the entire thing is him just being like, it's hot, I'm sweating, it's hot. What all y'all gonna hear me do is
I'll say Brandon Cook out there burning up.
Thank goodness. But that's how the Chiefs want to do it right now. They could go somewhere a little nicer weather. They could take it all inside if they wanted to, but this is where they feel like toughness gets made, and this is when the grind of the season happens. They want to do all the hard work in July and August so that the hard work in January and February don't feel as daunting. And then September through December is not a cakewalk, but it's the cruise mode. We just got to get to the point when it actually matters. But in order to do that, we have to start with that mindset now, and not just assume we'll figure it out when we get there. We figured out the process in our mind, and this is when we start training you on it. And so far, we're looking to be in good shape. I've seen a lot of hype from the offense, a lot of hype from the defense. Some of the offensive rookies, some of the defensive rookies. There's some good stuff out there, man. Obviously, we can keep speculating and have episode after episode being like, oh, man, they look great. But it's going to take an actual game to actually believe that.
Right.
And, it is August, which means the Chiefs do, in fact, have a game on their calendar. I know we're more hyped about the game that takes place, 5 weeks from now. So 5 weeks from when this episode is coming at you live is when we have week 1 of the NFL season against the Chargers.
Friday
So,
Night Lights.
Blink, how many episodes of us have you listened to in a row? That many more, and the season's already here. So, kind of crazy to me we're that close. But preseason comes before that, and Blink and the Chiefs next Saturday will officially be playing a preseason game. So you are only a week away from at least seeing a Chiefs uniform on a football field. You never hear us act that hype about preseason. You never see us cover preseason. You never see us do play-by-play or post-game about preseason. And there's a reason for that. And, we save all our hype for the games that matter. But that doesn't negate the importance of preseason.
Right.
The names that are important during preseason are the ones that, maybe like the loyal fans like us will latch on to and recognize, but the average person won't need to know the 50th best player on any given roster, which is really what these preseason games are for. I know we're all going to be excited to see what the actual one first rep, first snap depth chart, where they all line up, is going to be. I know that's going to be the most exciting talking point all next weekend. And then maybe, hey, how did the defense look for 1.5 series? But it just means we're close. The Hall of Fame game was the first indicator. Let this podcast episode be that second indicator, and then next weekend it is preseason time, and preseason time, then a little baby break at the end of the month, and then September is real football time. And I know, Jordan, you've been excited to have it back. So now you can tell yourself we are 5 Fridays away from the Chiefs playing week 1. Could have been, 5 weeks minus 1 day on a Thursday, but the Eagles got the best of us, and y'all fans will never let us down on any of our content. But hey, at least you guys who are hating on us be watching us. Give us the views and likes anyway. We'll love you all anyway. You don't have to be diehard Chiefs Kingdom to find and appreciate and enjoy our stuff. So, all love there. But we're gonna be ready to get our revenge on you week 2. So here's to that. We got to get to week 1 first, but we got to get to preseason week 1, which we are almost there. So any thoughts you have about Xavier Worthy and kind of his longevity in the NFL at this point?
It's gonna be there. It's nothing bad at all. He's gonna show up and show out any moment, any given moment. But hey, I'm not too worried about it. Like I said with Andy Reid, you never know what's up his sleeve. He might have written something right here like a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson promo, but we never know.
All right. Well, here's to a good season, and in our next topic, here's to what it may be a good off season and future plans. But me, I'm never going to project what Travis Kelce's future is until he announces it. So our last topic of the day is going to be tight end game. So after an offseason spent getting leaner and reportedly looking 20 again, Travis Kelce is back in peak condition and ready for his 13th NFL season. While he's expected to remain a central part of the Chiefs' offense, there's increasing buzz that this could be his final year under contract. Meanwhile, reports have surfaced that Taylor Swift is interested in becoming a partial owner of the Chiefs, An unprecedented crossover between pop culture and football. Dale, great line there. Just top notch right there. These two storylines put KC at the center of both the NFL and entertainment headlines. Is this Kelsey's last dance in Kansas City? And what would Taylor Swift's ownership stake mean for the Chiefs franchise moving forward?
Oh, wow, that's a lot. Lord have mercy. But I mean, hey, Taylor Swift, go ahead and do your thing. Just teach his own. You got all the money for it to be a part owner of the Kansas City Chiefs and be still loving your man. But hey, TK, we at season 13. Wow, how time flies. I'm just say that. It's good that you feeling like you in the 20s. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, hey, keep balling like you always been balling. Are we gonna see 1,000-yard season on the last season? I would love to see that. But hey, TK, all the things that you done for Kansas City, we still gonna love you no matter what. Taylor Swift, we love you too. Bring out the hearts. But hey, if you want to still be a part of the kingdom, we love you too.
All right. So, is this Travis Kelce's last dance? I don't know if my heart has told me yes at this point, because I feel like we would see it on Travis Kelce. And I think if you would have argued last year was his last season with how he played and then what happened, I think you would have been more correct than for some reason if you're saying that this is his last year. But, he could be that where he would rather go out where he still looks like he's on top and not necessarily dropping worse and worse and have kind of people's expectations and opinions of them change based on that. Some people are strange like that, and they would rather you kind of burn out and kind of fade than to kind of tough it out and get worse and worse and worse, and then people's opinion on you change. So I think if you're saying if this is Travis Kelce's last season, it makes sense. But like, if you see the way that he talks and plays and stuff, that wouldn't be your first assumption. But Travis Kelce, he's all over the entertainment industry, man. You hyped up Happy Gilmore earlier. Podcast makes more money than the Chiefs pay him. So Travis Kelce is not hurting for money and not hurting for things to do. He just seems like the type of person that likes to do a bunch of stuff. And right now, like, Chiefs football is one of the stuffs that he likes to do. It's possible that after this year, it stops. I mean, here's a question. Is it more likely that Travis Kelce retires after this offseason if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
If the Chiefs lose next year's Super Bowl, does Travis Kelce come back and keep trying?
Yes.
Okay. So there's your bittersweet moment for you folks. If you want Travis Kelce to continue to play football, then the Chiefs have to keep coming up short. But if you want the Chiefs to reach the summit, it means Travis Kelce will officially call it quits at some point and go out on top. I don't think any of us are saying Andy Reid's last year would be this year if the Chiefs go out on top. But, this Travis Kelce retirement conversation just pivots over to Andy Reid the second Travis Kelce says, I'm done. So then, these same talking points can get placed on the man with the beard instead. So, I don't want to think it's his last year. And I don't think he wants to think of it as that last year either. And I feel there's like this bitterness or like a bitter taste and kind of bitter performance too when you see it. Whenever players are like, I think I'm going to retire, and then you see how they play, it's never the same. They always look worse. The teams always underperform. It's never a good situation when you say I may retire and then change your mind.
Mhm.
So I think Travis may already have an idea about next offseason, and he hasn't told us, and he's still in the mindset of this season going forward only, and then maybe at the end we'll see that complete shift in
Mhm.
him. But for right now, his mannerisms do not say retiring. So
Mhm.
as long as he don't want that, conversational point, then I won't bring it up because I only
Right.
allow what people want it to.
Because I would
So,
say right now, as with his mindset right now, he is on revenge mode right now.
mm,
We'll get to see that revenge on week 2, but he wants to see where it be at the end and where his heart lies, and also if his heart be at ease once we win that Super Bowl again.
yeah, I could see that. Like, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, then he finally has that peace of mind.
Hmm.
You thought last year would have been like the perfect storm to end it, but you know, God has his own ways of doing stuff, and this is the storybook ending he wanted him to have instead, or whatever the case. So I
Right.
I could see that also. So the second point, what would Taylor Swift's ownership mean for the Chiefs franchise? Um,
A lot more Swifties.
I mean, for sure, nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Uh, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there's a athlete or like entertainer or like a celebrity that owns part of an NFL team.
Yep. Yep.
So if that would be the case, that would be unprecedented at this point, just to have ownership in the NFL.
Mhm.
But celebrity ownership is not a new concept in sports. I mean,
Right.
Beyonce and Jay-Z with the Brooklyn Nets.
Hmm.
Tons of former MLB players combining together to buy parts of a baseball team, or basketball players doing the inverse for basketball teams. So,
Hmm.
you
I want
know,
to say Jay-Z doing the all from here on out the Super Bowl halftime things. So or the halftime shows.
mhm.
So,
So it's
I
not.
mean, I would say it's a lot of it's more low key people having part ownerships and stuff like that. Of course, we already know Tom Brady owns part of the Raiders.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, Tom Brady owning a part of a team doesn't hit the headlines as much as a Taylor Swift or a Beyonce or a
Right.
Rihanna or Ariana Grande, or like a pop
Mhm.
diva, if you will. But,
Right.
you
Hmm.
know, I'm sure I'm speaking for you and I both. We don't care, man. I mean, it's not like that happens and then the team drastically changes. I mean, they buy in because they like the team and want to
Hmm.
support it. I mean, if we had $1 billion sitting in our bank account and the Chiefs
Right.
said, "Hey, would you give us like 200 million of that, and you know we'll give you a ring and you can be behind the scenes and all this stuff?" It's like,
Mhm.
of course I will. I'm a fan anyway. Why wouldn't I want to invest in it monetarily?
Right.
So, I
Hey,
mean,
you
with
never
Taylor
know.
Swift, it'd be
It
no
could
different.
definitely.
I mean, she is a lady that was a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and that's why people think that last year was a conspiracy and why the Chiefs lost, because it was like a humiliation ritual. I mean, Taylor Swift watching her former team, but I mean, she's a Chiefs fan now. Whether
Right.
it's just through Travis Kelce, it doesn't matter. Like, you watch her, go from that first game through the next season. Yeah, you see that growth. You just looks like any other person, any other fan, man or woman, that
Right.
finds the Chiefs for the first time and then gets vested into it and then learns the history, learns the culture, learns this chant, this chop, this whatever, look for this thing, hold the cheese, blah blah blah, all these other like insider trading type things that you learn that only comes from exposure and experiences. And when a celebrity or whoever wants to get into a team, whether they have a direct interest in that particular team itself, it comes from the mindset of like, it gets me excited just like every human being that experiences it also. They just don't have the monetary funds to get involved like they'd want to, but I do, and it's something I like doing, so I want to be a part of it. So, I think we'd be in favor of it. I'm sure Clark Hunt would be in favor of it. It would make his brand even bigger. It would save Clark Hunt some money out of his pocket in terms of paying the teams. Maybe Taylor Swift would finance a new locker room and all these other things that are getting Clark Hunt bad owner rating grades. But, Taylor Swift's involvement would not impact the Chiefs' on-field production for football, and nor would she want it to, because that's what made her a fan of the team in the first place, is because she saw the energy and the magic happening. So she just wants to be a part of it. She doesn't want to fan it out or get rid of it or whatever. She just wants to be a part of it, and we all can see that and kind of envy the nature of that, because it's like, dang, I would really like to do that also.
Right, because when that happened, it just gives us more opportunities for stuff outside of the field, more than stuff happening inside of the field. Because on field we go do our thing, of course. Outside, you be like, oh, we go see a Taylor Swift concert at Arrowhead. Hey, we could throw you some of this money to help out for a new field. Something. It's just so many opportunities that could come with Taylor Swift being part owner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Not even that. Just if Taylor Swift was like a part owner of the Chiefs, do you think that anytime she'd be out in public, she wouldn't be wearing something Chiefs related on her at all times? And then it'd be like, I searched for Taylor Swift. Oh, the latest picture has her in Chiefs, her in a Chiefs, her in a Chiefs, her in a... Like, they would be so synonymous with each other that the Chiefs brand would have, like, it would grow no matter what, whether it wanted to or not.
Rapidly.
Like, so just that, like, the subtle advertising of just being a thing that Taylor Swift is a fan of is enough to get you just, like, all the status or money or accolades you could want. So use it wisely. But Taylor Swift has that type of power, and for the most part, she seems to use it for good. So I have no reason to believe that she would use it for non-good for the Chiefs, especially because she enjoys the brand and she loves the guy on the team that supports it. And Kansas City and the Chiefs are really good communities to be a part of, and even those that don't directly hail from it, people like the two of us who are here and from here, we welcome any and everybody, and I think that's what the celebrities and the athletes appreciate about Kansas City and the Chiefs. So when they see that and they see those values, they're like, I want to be a part of that, because if you have that and that's your culture, then either I support that and I'm already doing it, or I want that and need to be around it to have it influence me. But I think Taylor Swift and the Chiefs could be a match made in heaven, if you will.
Right.
But, as long as they do what they're best at and don't try to jump over a threshold that they shouldn't, it could be good for good things. Celebrities have been involved in sports teams before, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Tom Brady's already involved in the NFL, but I know we're all waiting to see when a celebrity or a pop culture person can buy soul. ownership of an NFL team. If Taylor Swift was going to buy the entire Kansas City Chiefs franchise, then we might have a different little tone to our voice. But,
Man.
If it's partial ownership and an ownership stake, that's great. Taylor, you enjoy your little piece of the Chiefs just like we all do.
Right. Oh, man.
Any other thoughts about T Swift or TK?
Hey, we love you both. Go do your thing. Taylor Swift, part owner. Thumbs up. TK, 13 years. Possible. End of the year, last dance. We still love you. No matter what. We love you.
There you go. It's all love here at Red Kingdom and the Chiefs Kingdom. Swifties, Beyonce. We accept all fan bases here.
We have all that. We love y'all.
Everybody. The Chiefs in Kansas City lets everybody in, and so do we. So we hope that you enjoyed this all over the place fun edition of Gridiron Gambit. We're your host, Clinton and Jordan. We enjoyed talking with you. We've enjoyed spending some of our Friday mornings with you guys talking that good Chiefs talk. It's officially August, so football is here. We're going to have regular season content the week before the Chiefs suit up. So stay tuned for some content announcing those in particular. I won't spoil too much, but the two of us on screen, we should have some content coming out to you guys here within, I'd say, a week to 2 weeks, as we're both trying to get down to training camp.
Yes.
And, I believe I will be down there on August 7th, and Jordan will be down there August 8th. So next Thursday and Friday. So that's obviously why there will not be a show those days. But if you are down in St. Joe on those days, we will be rocking our Red King Media shirts, so you'll be able to recognize us if you see us. Hopefully we have some mics in hand and try to get some content, or at least, just say what's up, get your name so we can shout you out on a future piece of content that we release. But it should be a fun time. Should be a fun rest of the month. We got some big things coming up. I, in particular, got some big things coming up as well. But I am excited for Chiefs football to be here, as I'm sure all of you guys are. Thank you for watching this edition of Gridiron Gambit. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. And as always, go Chiefs.
Thanks for checking out this update straight from the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. We appreciate your passion, so please leave a like and follow us wherever you tune in from. See you next tailgate, your trusted source for all things Chiefs, Red Kingdom Media.